Alright guys, the big day. This is the 4th oil change with the Valvoline Restore and Protect. And we're going to Valvoline Vr1 20W50. Take this bore scope and stick it down inside there. A little bit of buildup, not terrible though. The area down in there by the chain, that's really clean. There ain't no varnish buildup down in there. There's some on the cover, but the chain and block and stuff itself, that's all really clean. That's nice. I think while we're up here, let's pull this catch can. See, over the last 5,000 miles or so, my oil life percent is at 17%. That's typically right when I'm around 4 to 5,000. I run this truck hard. I don't baby it by any means. And wow, that's good. That's real good. It's only a little over half full. 5,000 miles. So that white stuff that came out of there, that's all moisture buildup. It caught all the moisture in that crankcase. We admire how much this, gonna have to spray right there. So I'm gonna have to spray right there. We don't like little rust spot. The paint's peeling off. So now we have to fluid film it. Man, it's been a couple years too. Almost a couple years, I should say. Gotta fluid film a couple spots, but it's just a couple little spots. Other than that, it's pretty solid under here. All right, let's drop the oil. Yeah, it's still really clean, actually. Doesn't smell like fuel too bad. A little bit though. Just get this camera here. That's pretty clean. Come on. There. Yeah, that's pretty clean overall. Those internals are clean. You getting this here? Did you get any of this on the camera?
Yep.
Here, get this camera. Those parts are clean. Okay. Thank you.
You want to keep it recording, or?
No, you can stop it for a bit. Now, you guys were asking me before, why would you change it and put this giant-ass Donaldson filter on here? Well, it's a P55 315. The reason I put that on there is because this is like a whole extra quart of oil that the system can take by boosting this up. Crack it loose like that. Let it drain. There's a hole in the front and there's a hole right here. This is just a spillover. The main hole is actually right here. Let it drain. This filter here, I put this large ass filter on here because I wanted to put something on here that'd be able to continue filtering as I clean this last oil change with the Valvoline Restore and Protect. So now I'm going to let this filter tip forward and continue to drain out the front. It's off the threads. And then once I get most of it out of there, I'm going to tip it up towards the alternator and then slowly pull it out. And we'll cut this open and look and see what's inside. Now that everything's done draining, I'm going to take a can of brake clean and just spray the living piss out of it down inside there. Let it drain and then dry, and then we'll put our oil in. Now, a lot of you think this Valvoline Vr1 racing and classic car oil is synthetic oil, but it's not. This is conventional Group 2 oil. It's got a higher level of phosphorus and zinc, and some of you guys have been asking me, can you run conventional oil in your synthetic applications? Yes, you can. It's allowed to go back and forth. You don't have to. This stuff is, you can tell it's thicker than regular oil. It's a 20 weight winter, 50 weight summer. But because we're already in the summer, I don't see a problem using it. So we're going to use it. It's got a higher level of phosphorus and zinc in it. So we're going to do 7.7 quarts and go from there. Now, the problem that you'll run into switching between synthetics and conventional is if you run something on conventional oil, and back at the time that's what predominantly the vehicle was spec'd with, was conventional oil, then you put synthetic in it, you could run the risk of actually having some fluid leaks, some seal leaks and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but there's stories back in the 80s of when Mobil went to a full PAO base Group 4 oil. Was like some of the best oil in the entire world. People started using that oil in their conventional setups, and they were leaking out of every freaking orifice that you could leak out of, so they had to switch their formula back eventually to something of less actual true full synthetic and more of a Group 2, Group 3, maybe some Group 4 blended together kind of thing. And then eventually, after the lawsuit in the early 2000s, not lawsuit, but it was like a little court hearing kind of meeting thing between Castrol, Syntec, and Mobil. Mobil was like, oh, they're lying, they're calling it a synthetic formula, and it's not. And well, they ruled that they can't regulate oil companies like that. So Mobil was like, screw it, if they're getting away with it, we're going to get away with it too, and we'll just reduce our synthetic in our formula and do the same thing everybody else is doing. So that's when Mobil really changed. It was like in 2001-ish, when they lost that little battle back and forth between Castrol. Now these are 5-quart jugs. Got this on Amazon. They also have it at different parts stores. You don't have to get this Vr1 formula in a 20W50. You can actually get it in a 10W30 as well. I already put 5 quarts in here. This is a 7.7 quart system, so I'm going to put 2.7 more quarts. There should be just over 2 quarts left inside here whenever I'm done pouring. So I should be somewhere in here with what's left over. Should be a little over 2 quarts left over. I'm trying the 20W50 because you guys asked me to do it. Really, I think the smart thing would have been to have went with the 10W30 Vr1 formula, but this is okay. We'll do this for experimental purposes, baby. All right, we're just a smidge over 2 quarts, which is this line right here. So we put 2.7, 2.8-ish out of this and 5 out of the other, which puts us at 7.7, 7.8. So now let's check the oil and start this thing. The oil level was right on the money. So we're gonna go ahead and start it. I'm gonna put you on the front of my toolbox so you guys can hear the cold start. Well, the engine seems to like it so far. It's got the little coyote tick that's going on, which happens all the time. Here in a minute or two it'll go away. You don't hear a coyote tick from the engine, but you hear it by the exhaust. After it warms up some, it stops. That cranking process whenever I first started this was me holding down the accelerator and then turning the key at the same time while holding the key. It'll prime the system instead of starting completely dry. And then when I let go of the gas while I'm cranking, it fires up, oil pressure immediately, no problem. Well, there she is. She's running good. It's got 120,784 on it. And let's run this for a while and see what happens. Good or bad, I'll let you know. My thoughts on Valvoline Restore and Protect. It's a good oil. This truck definitely loved it. It did very well with it. And I think it serves its purpose of very slow cleaning oil. Not so much for the scale buildup and stuff on the rest of the engine, but for the stuff around the piston rings, to keep all that gunk off of the piston rings and what it's formulated for. Because that's what they advertise it for. They advertise it for clean, making sure those ring lines and stuff around the pistons are clean and free. This truck definitely doesn't have any oil consumption problems, or it doesn't have any compression problems, blow-by issues, none of that. So I can honestly say that over the last 4 oil changes of running Valvoline Restore and Protect, I love it. It's good stuff. People ask me all the time, can you put it above Pennzoil Ultra Platinum? They serve different purposes. Pennzoil Ultra Platinum is a performance oil. Valvoline Restore and Protect is an oil that restores and protects. It cleans, and you can continue using it long term. The performance oil you can use long term as well, but they're 2 different oils that do 2 different things. You can't compare them. They're not in the same category. They can both be used the same way, but they both don't serve the same purpose when it comes to cleaning. Anyhow, that's my thoughts. Y'all be blessed. Take care. Have a great day. Let's run this 20W50 and see how bad it messes up this engine. Like what you see. Subscribe to the channel. Throw me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Help me get out there and share with as many people as possible. Thank you.